Welcome to our yurt. It's made by Pacific Yurts out of Cottage Grove, Oregon. It's 20 feet in diameter, 314 square feet, and we've been living in it off-grid for 1 year. Let me show you around. The wood stove was one of the first things that we put in the yurt. This is a Baby Bear Fisher stove made out of New York. We really love this wood stove. It has a two-top burner here, and we keep kettles on it for drinking and for doing dishes. We also cook on it as well. We built a nice hearth pad of lake stone beneath it, and all around it's a joy. We spent a lot of time in the fall harvesting and stacking our firewood. We're burning birch through the winter this year, and we put away about 3 cords in our woodshed. Our kitchen is adjacent to the wood stove, which makes it convenient to move from the sink to the wood stove to the prep area. We have a cabinet here with a metal top, just a big area for food prep. Cabinets and drawers for food and silverware and cookware. We have a double stainless sink. One side we have a dish drying rack, and then the other side we use as our sink. We carry all of our water in these blue jugs. They're about 6 gallons, and we have 3 of these jugs that we rotate. The drain just goes to a simple bucket. We carry the bucket out and dump it. We also have a propane stove and oven. This little stove is really convenient with 2 burners on top. And behind, all along the wall, we have shelves for our dishes, more food storage, glassware. We have a table big enough to fit 4 comfortably, benches on both sides, and in the back bench there's storage for all of our board games. It's really nice to have a big table like this when we have guests over, not only for eating, but to have a surface for working on the computer, crafts, reading. It's such a nice spot with all the books lined up on the shelf. We installed this Martin direct vent propane heater, and it balances out the wood stove heat. So while we're gone at work or overnight, we stoke the fire, but as the fire gradually declines and the wood stove cools off, the propane heater then kicks on and sustains that temperature. It has settings for low and high, and primarily we keep it on low, and it kind of just holds the temperature where we want it. It's been really nice when the temps are cold to have both heating units regulating each other out. It's somewhat tricky to install an exhaust pipe through canvas, but I did some additional bracing and installed exterior and interior flashing on the canvas. The gas line is connected to 2 40-pound propane tanks, and those are on a regulator that when one empties, it'll switch to the other. This fall, we took the entire exterior roof and wall canvases off, and we installed 2 inches of polyester batting insulation. We wrapped the whole thing in the polyester batting, cut it to size, and then reinstalled the canvas. We had heard other people using this polyester batting for yurt insulation, and it's completely changed the way that the yurt holds temperature. Before that, we only had Reflectix insulation, which we left, but we added that polyester batting on top of it. The yurt really sustains temperature now with that loft of the polyester batting. With this heater and with the wood stove and the new insulation, we've been really comfortable during our winter temperatures. We have the kitchen on that side, the seating area, and then the bedroom section. And then we have our dressers and our cabinet here where we keep all of our clothes and our hanging items. We keep shoes below. It's really nice to have things broken up and this be somewhat of the private bedroom area. We have a built-in closet here. On one side we have shelves for more clothes and storage of linens and such, and then on the other side we have a hanging space and then like a utility closet. The reason we even did this build out was we needed an area to put our solar power components. Outside on our outhouse roof, we have two 260 watt solar panels that are inputting this system. So on a nice sunny day, we could be getting up to 500 watts of solar input. Those panels are feeding into our charge controller here. From the charge controller, it's going into two 100 amp hour lithium ion batteries. Our two batteries are linked together, and that's going into a 24 volt inverter. From the inverter, we just have an outlet, and that's what's powering everything. This whole system is really nice and easy to use with an app, and we can see how much we're using at a time. We've gotten more comfortable with our system, and just recently we received our Starlink kit. So we have a dish outside that's coming into the modem there, and then that's plugged into the inverter. The whole Starlink system is just one cable and one power cable, and it's using about 40 watts continuously. I also have my power tool charging area here, and I keep those batteries charged and warm. Installing this solar power off the grid has been super empowering, and it's changed our life dramatically. Right when you walk in the door, we have floor mats here on the floor for mud in the spring and snow in the winter, a spot to kick off your boots, some bins here for hats and gloves and scarves, an area where you can hang your wet jacket, right adjacent to the wood stove so it dries off really quickly. We have a basket for mail and an assorted junk basket, and then we also hang our keys and headlamps here. One of my favorite things about the yurt, and what a lot of people comment on when they walk into the space, is how open everything is. There's plenty of room all around the floor for walking space, and to have guests over, you can do yoga and stretch, all sorts of floor space. It feels like there's just so much space in the yurt. Another great addition that we made was bringing home our cat, Special Agent Dale Cooper. Thanks for taking the yurt tour. A lot has changed over the past year, and a lot's going to change over the next year. Stay tuned for what we have in store. We're excited about the upcoming summer.